My dear learners, we are still on circle theorem, and today we are looking at the theorem 5, which is also known as the alternate segment theorem. Now, the theorem 5 is saying that an angle between a tangent and a chord through the point of contact is equal to the angle in the opposite segment. This is what the theorem is saying. Now, this is the theorem diagram. Let's look at it carefully. Now, you can see that this is the tangent. Now, a tangent is any line that touches a circle at one point only. So, we can see that it is touching the circle at point A. Now, this theorem is saying that the angle between a tangent, so the angle here between this tangent and the chord called AC, is equal to the angle in the opposite segment. So it is telling us that the angle between this tangent and this chord is equal to the angle in the opposite segment. Now remember, this is the minor segment. From OC to this side is the minor segment, and from this very part is what the major segment. So the angle this chord AC is making with the tangent here is equal to the angle in the opposite segment. Now when it comes to this very part, the angle here that this chord AB is making with the tangent line is equal to the angle in the opposite segment. So this is the other part of the segment, and this is also half of the segment. So this angle is equal to this angle. That is what this theorem is talking about. Now let's see how best we can prove this theorem. Okay, so this is the diagram. Let's try to prove it. Now we can see that this is the tangent line, and the tangent line is making an angle of 90 degrees with the radius, because the radius is perpendicular to the tangent line, which means that angle OAC plus X should give us what? 90 degrees. So it implies that angle OAC, which is this very angle, plus X is equal to what? 90 degrees, because from this side up to the tangent line is what? 90 degrees. Now also from theorem 1, which says that, if you have forgotten, the theorem 1, it says that the angle a chord subtends at the ends of a diameter is equal to what? 90 degrees. So you can see that the angle this chord is subtending to the circumference is 90 degrees. So we can say that this angle is equal to what? 90 degrees. Very good. So we can say that angle BAC is equal to what? 90 degrees. Very good. Now that we know this angle, and then this angle, we can apply the interior angle of a triangle, and we know that the interior angle of every triangle sum up to what? 180 degrees. Therefore, y plus 90 degrees plus OAC should give us what? 180 degrees. So we can say that using interior angle of a triangle, angle OAC, which is this angle, plus 90 degrees plus y should give us 180. So we can say that angle OAC plus y is equal to 180 minus 90 degrees. So at the end, we are getting angle OAC plus y is equal to what? 90 degrees. Very good. Now we have already established that angle OAC plus X is equal to 90 degrees. So we know that angle OAC plus x is equal to 90 degrees. This implies that angle OAC plus y is equal to angle OAC plus x. Now we can do away with angle OAC and then OAC. We are left with y is equal to x, and hence angle y is equal to x. And this is what the theorem is telling us. The angle here is equal to what? The angle here. And then we are done. Let's take few examples and see how best we can apply this theorem. So we have the first example, and then we are going to try. We have to find the angles marked with letters in the diagram below. So you can see we have to find A, B, and then C. So this one we are just going to apply the theorem and then we are good to go. So we have a tangent line here, and we can see that an angle is created here, and we know that from theorem 5, angle segment theorem, this angle is equal to what? A. So we can say that from theorem 5, alternate segment theory, A is equal to what? 33 degrees. Very simple without even calculating. Now we can also see that from theorem 5, alternate segment theorem, B is also equal to what? 45. So we are done with B also, 48 degrees. Now what we are left with is B. What we are left with is C. Now we can also find C when we apply what we call angle on a straight line. So using angle on a straight line, we can say that B plus C plus 33 should give us what? 180. So we are getting B plus C plus 33 degrees should give us 180. Now what is B? B is 48 plus 33 plus C is equal to 180. Now 48 plus 33, what are we getting? We are getting 81. So we are getting C is equal to 180 minus 81, and therefore our C is equal to 99 degrees. Very, very simple. We are done with example 1. We are going to take the next example, which is 2. So we have the example 2, and then we are going to solve it. So we have to find the value of x, y, and then z. This is x, the whole of this angle is x, the whole of this angle is z, and then this is x and then y. So where do we start? Now let's start finding the value of z, because when you get z, you will get y. When we get y, we will get x by applying what? The theorem. So in finding for z, we can use angle on a straight line. So using angle on a straight line, we can say that 65 plus 57 plus angle z should give us what? 180. And we know that 65 plus 57 will give us 112 plus angle z should give us what? 180. Therefore our angle z is equal to 180 minus 112, and z is equal to what? 58 degrees. So we are done with z. Now that we know z, we can apply the alternate segment theorem, which says that the angle the tangent makes with a chord is equal to the angle in the opposite segment. Therefore we can say that z is equal to y. which is the alternate segment theorem, we can say that z is equal to y and z is equal to 58 from here. Therefore, y is equal to 58 degrees. Now that we know y, which theory can we apply to find x? We can apply what we call this theorem. Theorem 3, the opposite angles in the cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. It means that when we sum this and this angle, we should get what? 180. So from theorem 3, which says that the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Therefore, angle y plus angle x is equal to what? 180. But we know the value for y, which is what? 58 plus angle x is equal to 180. So you know that angle x is equal to 180 minus 58. Finally, our x is equal to 122. We are done for the day. Kindly subscribe, watch, and like the video. Bye.